Imagine, for a moment, the two most powerful, destructive, and mysterious entities in the known universe. Objects so dense that their gravitational pull traps everything. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Or, more accurately, what happens when two inescapable traps fall into each other? Welcome back. Today we are going to dive into one of the most violent and spectacular events in the cosmos, the merging of two black holes. We'll start with the basics, work our way up to the mind-bending physics of space-time, and look at the real-world evidence that proved Einstein right almost a century after his greatest theory. Before we can crash them together, we need to understand what we're dealing with. So what exactly is a black hole? Many people imagine black holes as giant cosmic vacuum cleaners, sucking up everything in the universe. But that's a misconception. A black hole is simply an incredible amount of mass packed into an impossibly small space. Imagine taking our entire sun and crushing it down until it's the size of a small city, say New York or London. The gravity would be so intense that the fabric of space and time itself warps around it. Think of space-time like a giant trampoline. If you place a bowling ball in the middle, it creates a deep dip. Any marble you roll nearby will spiral down into that dip. A black hole is like a bowling ball so dense that it creates a bottomless pit in the trampoline. The edge of this pit is called the event horizon. This is the point of no return. Once you cross the event horizon, the escape velocity, the speed you need to go to get out, exceeds the speed of light. And since nothing can travel faster than light, nothing escapes. So, our actors are set. Invisible spheres of immense gravity roaming the cosmos. But how do two of them meet? Black hole mergers don't happen by accident. Space is incredibly vast, and a random head-on collision between two black holes is mathematically almost impossible. Instead, these black holes usually grow up together. In our universe, stars love company. The majority of massive stars are born in binary systems, two stars orbiting a common center of mass. When these two massive stars die, they explode in brilliant supernovas, leaving behind two black holes that are still locked in a gravitational embrace. This brings us to the first stage of the merger, the Inspiral. Imagine two ice skaters holding hands, spinning around in circles. As they pull their arms in, they spin faster. Our two black holes are doing the same thing. But as they orbit each other, they're dragging the heavy fabric of space-time with them. Imagine driving a speedboat in circles on a calm lake. The boat creates waves that ripple outward, carrying energy away from the boat. The black holes do the exact same thing to the fabric of the universe. They create ripples in space-time called gravitational waves. As these waves ripple outward into the cosmos, they carry energy away from the binary black hole system. Because they are losing energy, the black holes inevitably fall closer and closer together. And as they get closer, their gravity pulls harder, causing them to orbit faster, which creates stronger gravitational waves, which drains energy faster. It is a runaway train, a death spiral that can last for millions or even billions of years. For millions of years, they've danced. But now, they are just hundreds of miles apart. The pace is no longer a slow waltz. It's a frantic, violent blur. In the final fractions of a second before impact, the two black holes are orbiting each other at a significant fraction of the speed of light, dozens of times per second. If you could magically stand nearby and translate these gravitational waves into sound, you would hear something called a chirp. It would start as a low rumble and quickly rise in pitch and volume. Whoop. Then, the inevitable happens. The event horizons, the points of no return, finally touch. How do two black holes actually combine? Think of two soap bubbles floating in the air. When they gently bump into each other, they don't just bounce off. For a split second, they form a peanut shape, their surfaces connecting, before violently snapping together to form one larger bubble. The event horizons of black holes behave remarkably similarly. As they touch, a bridge forms between them. In milliseconds, the two distinct spheres warp, stretch, and fuse into a single, highly distorted shape. At this exact moment of the merger, the amount of energy released is beyond human comprehension. For a brief instant, shorter than the blink of an eye, the collision of these two black holes emits more energy in the form of gravitational waves than all the light from all the stars in the entire observable universe combined. Let me repeat that. More power than every star, in every galaxy, shining all at once. And yet, if you were looking at it through a normal telescope, you wouldn't see a thing. No light is emitted. The universe's most violent explosion happens in complete and utter darkness. The collision is over. The two have become one. But the new, larger black hole is not perfect. Not yet. Because of the violence of the merger, the new black hole is misshapen. It's stretched, squashed, and wildly asymmetrical. But physics demands perfection. A solitary black hole wants to be a smooth, perfectly symmetrical sphere, or an oblate spheroid if it's spinning. This brings us to the final stage, the ringdown. Imagine taking a giant hammer and striking a large bronze bell. The bell deforms under the strike, and as it tries to return to its original shape, it vibrates rapidly, ringing out a loud note. Eventually, the vibrations die down, and the bell becomes still. The new black hole is ringing like a bell made of pure gravity. As it jiggles and wobbles to smooth out its shape, it casts off the last of its excess energy by radiating a final, fading sequence of gravitational waves. Within a fraction of a second, the ringing stops. The new black hole goes completely quiet. It is now a perfect, silent sphere, larger and heavier than either of its parents, sitting calmly in the dark as if nothing ever happened. Real-world evidence. The story of GW 150914. Now, everything I've just described sounds like great science fiction. Albert Einstein predicted this mathematical possibility in 1916 with his general theory of relativity. But for decades, scientists thought we would never, ever be able to prove it. The ripples in spacetime from these mergers would be so microscopic by the time they reached Earth that measuring them would be like trying to measure a change in the distance to the nearest star by the width of a human hair. But humanity didn't give up. We built LIGO, the Laser Interferometer Gravitational Wave Observatory. It is a masterpiece of engineering, featuring L-shaped lasers spanning miles across the Earth, designed to measure stretching and squeezing smaller than a proton. And on September 14th, 2015, the impossible happened. A signal washed over the Earth. It was exactly the chirp I mentioned earlier. Scientists named it GW 150914. By analyzing that tiny ripple, astrophysicists were able to rewind the cosmic tape. They discovered that 1.3 billion years ago, in a distant galaxy, two black holes collided. One was 36 times the mass of our sun. The other was 29 times the mass of our sun. They merged to form a single black hole of 62 solar masses. Now, wait a minute. But the final black hole only weighed 62 solar masses. Where did the missing 3 suns go? They didn't just vanish. Those 3 solar masses were converted entirely into pure, invisible energy through Einstein's famous equation. The mass of 3 entire suns was transformed into the gravitational waves that rippled across the universe for 1.3 billion years, eventually vibrating the mirrors in LIGO by a fraction of an atom, letting us know they were there. Scaling up when galaxies collide. Since that historic day in 2015, we have detected dozens of black hole mergers. We now know that this cosmic dance is happening all the time. But there's an even bigger scale to this story. We've been talking about stellar mass black holes, the corpses of dead stars. But what about supermassive black holes? At the center of almost every large galaxy, including our own Milky Way, sits a black hole millions or even billions of times more massive than our sun. What happens when galaxies collide? Right now, our Milky Way is on a collision course with our neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy. In about 4.5 billion years, the two galaxies will crash together. Their central supermassive black holes will sink to the center of the newly formed megagalaxy. They will begin the Inspiral. They will dance for millions of years and eventually, they too will merge, sending a tidal wave of gravitational energy across the universe. From the silent Inspiral to the violent merger to the quiet Ringdown, the life cycle of a black hole collision is a masterpiece of extreme physics. It reminds us that the universe is not static. It is dynamic, violent, and constantly evolving. By learning to listen to the universe through gravitational waves, we have opened a brand new window to the cosmos. We are no longer just looking at the stars. We are feeling the heartbeat of space-time itself. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with your fellow space enthusiasts. See you next time.